Hi everyone, in this video I want to talk about synthetic division with polynomials. Here are the problems that we'll be talking about. Number one is already completed for you, so that we just focus on number two. There's kind of a process that you need to take with this grid and set up with all of these numbers, so I thought I would have number one completed for you. To make sure we don't take ourselves too seriously, let's think about our fun question during the video. What is the best dessert that you have ever eaten? So, before we dive in, I always like talking about how does this relate to everything on the ACT? Well, polynomial functions is the subtopic of Algebra 2 that dividing with synthetic division involves. We are technically dividing two polynomials. Okay, so in number one, everything's done for you. This process involves creating an L-like structure that has a number on the outside, numbers on the inside. Very similar to long division from grade school. But this time you have to think about what is that number going on the outside in relation to this x minus 1 that you are given. So if you can see, this is x minus 3, but this is positive 3. So what you are doing in this problem is testing to see if x minus 1 is a factor, meaning you get an answer without a remainder at the end. If it's actually a factor of that polynomial. So if you graph it, would 1 be one of the intercepts? Positive 1, that is, not x. So x minus 1 means that the positive 1 would be the actual root or the 0 or the x-intercept. So you're going to put a 1 on the outside. Remember to change that. Now, synthetic division can be done if this is in the format x plus a or x minus a. So no x squared, no negative 1x. You know, it's got to be x plus or minus a number. You would use long division for the other case. Now, I'm noticing that there's another jump right here, just like there was here. So if you need a number for every lane to stay organized, then you are going to need the 12 here as the first one, right? But then we need a 0 as the placeholder for the x squared lane, and then negative 17 for the x lane, and then 10 for the constant lane. So now we have all of our numbers, and we just have to figure out what this sort of waterfall-like process involves. Well, every time you start, you have to pull a 12 down. Okay, the first number goes down. Then that 12 here, 8 in the other one, will be that number that you sort of play with as it relates to this 1 right here. So the first process is, what is 1 times 12? 12. Then that number that you get on underneath here is 0 plus 12, which is positive 12. Then every time you need a number here, you multiply. Every time you need a number there, you add. So 1 times 12 is 12. Then negative 17 plus 12 is negative 5. And 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. 10 plus negative 5 is 5. Okay, this number on the outside all the way to the right is the remainder every time. So now how do I report my final answer? Well, this must be the x term, this must be the x squared term, and that negative 5 would be the constant. Okay, so final answer is 12x squared plus 12x minus 5 plus, and then how do you report the remainder? Well, if it's a remainder, it's going to be over this divisor, which is what we said in the long division video as well. Okay, think back to grade school on that one. Let's do a little bit of practice. Try these. These are good. They do involve jumps as a hint for you. If you don't want to see the answer, please pause the video. The answers that you should be getting after you complete all of the process is or these two. There are remainders for both of them. If you end in a 0, there would be no remainder. So lastly, I like to show a quote. Sometimes it takes some motivation to keep you going on this type of thing. So 30 years from now, it won't matter what shoes you wore, how your hair looked, or the jeans you bought. What will matter is what you learned and how you used it. Now that you've had some time to ponder the fun question too, I'd love to see your answers in the comment section. If you would like to keep up with new videos, I'd appreciate if you click subscribe. Have a great day.